name's Sean. I'm the training supervisor here at Kid Castle. I've been here for around 6 years, and what I do from day to day is carry out training for our foreign teachers as well as our Chinese teachers, depending on the specific needs of training for that day or that week.
Hi there, Kid Castle World. I'm Colin. I work at the main office here. I've been at Kid Castle for about 11 and a half years. I used to be a teacher in one of our Yangpu district schools, and now I work solely in the main office here in Jiading. My day to day, I spend a lot of time in meetings. I organize the entire project setup for our department, make sure we're hitting deadlines, making sure everything's getting done the way it's supposed to be getting done. And projects like this, so far, all of them are looking pretty good.
So Colin, how did you get to this current role of Director of Foreign Affairs?
That's kind of a long history. I started working in the main office back in about 2012, and back then it was a much smaller company, a much smaller organization, and from that point up until now, we basically grew the foreign affairs team into the team that it is now, and that's more or less how I got here today. How about yourself?
Similar story with like the teaching and stuff. I was actually based at Yangpu School first. I was there for around Yangpu. I was there for around 4 years, and I was there doing originally just as a foreign teacher. Then I moved up to training specialist, and then foreign teacher supervisor for Yangpu district, and then around almost 2 years ago, I started working here at the main office. Thanks to yourself. That's how I got here. So yeah,
thanks to your hard work. High five to you. Can you tell us what do you enjoy most about your job here?
Yeah, sure. For the most part, as we see a lot of foreign teachers come through our main office here, I get to meet a lot of people on a daily basis, and not just foreign teachers. Like I mentioned, we do Chinese teachers as well. So it's good to see all these different people from all different countries all over the world, and just get to interact with them on like a daily basis, basically. And I think in this position as well, there's a lot of challenges which I like to take on from day to day. So it's something that I basically look forward to coming to work every day just to take on those challenges.
Speaking of challenges, I think for me probably one of the biggest challenges is working in a cross-cultural team in China. I find that we, as a team, we get along quite well, and I think that's representative of the quality of people that we have working with us. So from that, it is somewhat of a challenge, but I feel like it's well worth it, and I think that in general, we put in a good effort and get done what needs to get done. I also really like the projects that we've been working on, videos like this, expanding the content on YouTube and social media and whatnot. So it's been a lot of fun in the last year doing this kind of stuff, so maybe we can do this more often.
Yeah. Keep going on. So you said you've been here for 11 years. What brought you to Shanghai?
12, yeah.
Long time. Yeah. So what brought you here in the first place?
To be honest, I wasn't really doing a whole lot in the US. I had family that was living in Shanghai at the time, back then, and they were just telling me that I should come and check it out and see what Shanghai has to offer. And I just packed up and moved out here, and the rest is history. 12 years of it, almost 12 years of it. How about yourself? More recently?
Well, mine was 7 years ago, so it's still compared to your 12, it's not that many, but like
still quite a tenure.
In the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's a pretty long time. Originally I moved to Korea back in 2009 because my friend was there, and he was saying it was so amazing, teaching English to kids is really rewarding and stuff. And I just stayed there for the year, and then I thought I'll go home, go back to my normal life, but actually I think
this is your normal life.
I think it lasted like 2 months back home, and it was like, okay, where should I go next? And I just like put my hand on the map and ended up in China. Yeah, so like you say, the rest is history, and I'll probably be here for the rest of my days.
Right. Yeah, my friends and family back home always ask me when I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And I guess now this is the normal life for me.
Yeah,
so
this is real life.
So it's hard to give that up and then go back home, I guess, at this point.
I still always say, yeah, I'll be home. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
30 years later. Maybe next year.
So maybe next year, the year after, who knows? This is your normal life. What's kept you in this life for so long?
Pretty much Shanghai as a city is just, it's hard to leave. Once you move here, it's hard to escape.
Yeah.
I mean, escape in the nicest possible sense. But apart from that, obviously, like pretty well settled here with my girlfriend and my dog and my apartment and stuff, and the job we do here as well. Like it's not like just a 1 year thing; it's a career. So I intend to stay for the long haul.
I've only lived in Shanghai the entire time that I've been in China. I've traveled all over China, but I've solely lived here in Shanghai. I find the city just to be really interesting. It's dynamic. It's constantly changing. From the time that I was here in '06 until today, the city's grown. It's grown out. It's grown up. Everything's much more modern. It's easier to get around it. It's just a fascinating city, and it's constantly changing. As far as work goes, I've put in a lot of effort to get to the point where we're at today. I really am pleased with the team that we've put together, and working here it's just a really fun environment. I really enjoy it. So I don't know. It seems like there's just a lot of different facets of my life here that sort of keep me rooted in Shanghai.
Cool.
So 7 years, 7.5 years for you. Going on 8 there.
Like
What's your best piece of advice for new teachers that have just arrived here in Shanghai or in China?
I would just tell them just to take each day as it comes. At the beginning, it can be very daunting. You may not speak the language. For most cases, our teachers aren't going to speak Chinese. But yeah, like all these things aren't really obstacles. You should just look to them as things that you will overcome. Not necessarily you have to learn Chinese, although it does help. But regards to like the teaching and stuff, maybe you'll get to the school and think, oh, how am I going to teach like a 3-year-old Chinese kid that doesn't speak any English? How am I going to get my English across to them? But like going back to what I said before there, it just day by day, take every day as it comes, and eventually you will get there. Like when I first started, it was just, I didn't know, it was just a whirlwind of, I didn't know what was going on.
New experience, new learning.
And then I had days where I was just like, I want to go home, I can't do this, it's just too much. And then here I am 7 years later, after like getting promoted to various posts. Like,
I think of it as like a series of small victories that amount to like a much larger presence here.
Yeah, you do have, like in all walks of life, no matter where you're living, you have your good days, you have your bad days, but sometimes the bad days can seem a bit worse because you're away from your family and stuff. But like what I would say for new teachers, like your friends here become your family and they are always there. We're always here to like offer advice for everyone who ever needs it. So yeah, basically just take it day by day.
I think the family thing, or the friends and family thing, is really important. Jokingly, I would say the best piece of advice is to marry a Chinese woman, because my wife is Chinese, and it's been there's aspects of my life here that are a lot easier having her around to help out, just getting my Alipay set up and things like that.
Does make things
but for new teachers, you don't have to go out and get married right away.
Not on your first week at least.
But definitely get to know the Chinese staff in the school, or get to know Chinese people outside of work. You'll learn a lot more about the city, the culture, the country that way. I think it will just be a very fruitful friendship. So I think the most important thing is try to get into the culture by meeting and knowing as many people as possible. And I guess that could go for foreigners as well. We've got lots of different foreign personnel that work with us from lots of different countries all over the world. Try to get to know as many as possible. See what you can learn from everyone else around you. A lot of new experiences to be had. That's the key.